For more on China's poverty success story, I'm joined now by economics professor Li Gan at Texas A&M University. So, Professor, first, I'd like to get your reaction to President Xi's speech. What stood out to you?
So I think obviously this is amazing achievement. 70% of the world poverty lifted out from extreme poverty came from China. China is only 1/5 of the population. So by that standard, I think China has done a great deal for Chinese people and also a great service for the world. So I think that's amazing achievement.
We know that China took many, many years to reach this goal, but the bulk of it in the past decade working at the root causes of poverty. What do you think were the most difficult issues to overcome?
I think the most difficult issue is those remote areas. People live there. They have their land is not very productive, and the transportation, everything, they're pretty isolated. So in order to help them to achieve some success to be lifted out of poverty, so China has spent a lot of effort trying to help the environment, help the local villagers to be able to be somewhat self-sustained. So that's way more difficult just than giving them money, and simply just giving them money to lift from the poverty. So I think that's the most difficult part.
Right. I mean, it requires a lot of follow-up and changing attitudes and lifestyles. So what challenges would you say remain, and what are some important things to consider as we go into the weeks and years and months ahead?
I think the remain issue again is one of the big achievement, I think the previous program just said, is China has sent like 3 million officials for a short period of time, a year or several months, to those local villages. So that's the huge effort. And when these people are gone, or many of them, most of them are gone, can local villagers, without outside the help, to achieve, without the strong targeted outside help, can achieve the self-sustained, productions to be able to still live in a good life? That's a challenge. I think so. At least the government policy has been said, at least for next few years, the policy, anti-poverty policy, will stay there. So that's helpful. Going forward, you asked, going forward, I think China, like the rest of the developed world, the anti-poverty effort is going to shift from rural, mostly to urban. The urbanization process in China, in the meantime, has been quite fast. So right now, it's about 65% of the population living in urban area. As a consequence, the poverty or poor people are going to be living in the urban area versus rural area. So the challenge will be quite different for next few years, for next 5, 10, 20 years.
So we can see
moving forward,
So we could see a shift there. Professor, we can all agree that China's goal of eradicating extreme poverty was a very ambitious one. It took a monumental undertaking. Many thought it was impossible when you looked at the numbers and the number of years they wanted to accomplish it in. So why do you think it's been so difficult for other countries around the world to reach similar goals?
So this has been a great interest of academics around the world. My understanding and my research has been essentially a stable, also motivated, highly motivated government. Without a stable, motivated government, this is not possible. Many things China has been doing has been tried in other countries as well, but without a strong local governance, a local government, and also central government, is essentially without a stable, strong government, it is difficult. Even you have temporarily out of the poverty, maybe fall back to poverty again. So that's the lesson, that without a strong government, I don't think completely eliminating poverty is possible. But there's obviously lots of research on this going on.
All right, Professor Li Gan, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you joining us.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.